Calibrating a backpack sprayer is annoying, to say the least, but it doesn't have to be annoying. And you don't have to care about gallons per minute. You don't have to care about knowing how fast you walk, like you're on a treadmill or something. It can be easy, and I'll show you how. I just calibrated mine, and I'm gonna show you how I did it, and hopefully you'll get some good info out of it. And I have a video that I just created that talks about the 3 spray tips that are pretty much the last spray tips you're ever gonna need. So I'll put that up in the corner there, and you can go check that out after you watch this. But when you get a brand new backpack sprayer and you want to make sure that you know exactly how much liquid or solution to have in your tank spread over your yard, this is all you really need to do. Petra sent me this new backpack sprayer back here, and I have never used it before, but I knew that I wanted to use an air induction tip on it. And so I went ahead and outfitted that with the air induction tip. And then I now need to know how much liquid do I need to put in the tank to evenly coat the areas of my yard that I'm gonna use a backpack sprayer on. All you gotta do is take your backpack sprayer, fill it up to the top, to your 4 gallons in this case, of water, and then go spray it on your yard. Go walk your normal comfortable pace. Go walk your normal, if you do crisscross, zigzag, loop-de-loops, whatever, back and forth, north, south, east, west, whatever direction you usually do it. Take your backpack sprayer, go walk that and spray that out across your yard. And once you're done, come back here like we are now and look at how much water's left in your tank. If there's no water left in your tank, you might have bought a backpack sprayer that is too small for your yard, or you might be walking way too slow. You probably want to shoot for something like a gallon of liquid per 1,000 square feet that you have. So if you only have 1,000 square foot lawn, you may not need anything bigger than a gallon. I have about 4,500 square feet out here, and so I get by with this 4-gallon backpack sprayer. But let's look at how much water is left in this tank after I have now gone out and sprayed my usual coating across the lawn. Petra HD 4000. And if you'd like to check out the features or specs on it, I did a little teaser video that you can go ahead and check out. And after I sprayed everything out, I'm left with liquid that's right down here. So what does that mean? That means that if I keep that usual pace and the same pressure, I put this on maximum pressure, and when I come down here to the side, the water settles right under this mark right here below the 1 gallon mark. So that means out of this whole 4-gallon backpack sprayer, I used just over 3 gallons of solution. That's all there is to it. It doesn't have to be complicated. So what do you do now with this information? So now I know that when I use this sprayer with this air induction tip and I put it on full pressure and I walk comfortably across my yard, that I will use just over 3 gallons of solution, so call it 3.5, to cover my yard. And that's it. That's all there is to it. So now, whenever I do my tank mixes, whenever I spray fertilizer across the yard, I can just go ahead and do my usual thing. Fill up a gallon of water, measure out all of the fertilizers, all the biostimulants, all that kind of stuff, put it in here, and then top it off to around 3.5 gallons total, and comfortably walk my yard. Now, if you change your tip out, if you change the pressure on the tank, then yeah, you have to change it up. You have to recalibrate it. But you don't necessarily need to spray into a bucket. You don't necessarily need to keep track of how, what is the pressure that's coming out of here and whatever. That only comes into play when you're swapping tips on the end of your wand. There are many different kinds of air induction tips that are meant for different flow rates. So that's when you have to take into account the gallons per minute and stuff like that. Last year, I used my Ryobi backpack sprayer, and this is how I initially calibrated it, and it stayed true the whole entire year. You don't have to make it too complicated. If it's something you've never done before with a backpack sprayer, I highly recommend you do it so you get your very accurate applications. Or if you've got a new backpack sprayer or you buy a new backpack sprayer this season, go ahead and calibrate your backpack sprayer. If you got any questions, comments, or anything like that, leave it down below. And if this video was helpful for you, please go ahead and smash that like button for me. It lets me know that this kind of content is what you guys like, and that I'm helping people out there. If you're curious about the things that you can mix in your tank, if you're curious about what you're allowed to mix in your tank, what you're not, I've created a video on that to discuss the things that you can mix in your backpack tank sprayer. And we're gonna leave that right up here for you guys, so I hope you'll enjoy that. See you later.